E rau rangatira mā puta no I te motu whānui kua are taringa mai kua mā takitaki tonu mai. Nau mai huki mai ki te uru o Tamaki, kei konei mātou, I tēnei whakataitai hira, the 2022 Turbo Touch Secondary Schools Champs. My name is Harley Wall. I'm joined here by George Yonko. We're looking forward to presenting you with the mixed final. First of all, congratulations to our two teams who have just qualified. Manurewa High School and Tokoroa High School. Nau mai e nā tima e rua, ki nā whenunga whae ti matua o te wāhanga Hanumi. So we've been spoiled, absolutely spoiled by action today. We've been treated not only in the mixed grade, but also in the other grades, the boys and girls grades, which will be following on afterwards. We've been treated earlier on to games by both Tokoroa and Manurewa, and I'd like to bring in George Yonke now to share some of his whakaaro, some of his thoughts on one, how the day's gone, and two, how he thinks this next game's going to shape up.
Oh, kia ora, Harley. It's been a great day here, a lot of action, a lot of skill. It's great to see the rugby player, the basketball player, the netball player all on the same court, utilising their attributes in this hybrid game called Turbo Touch, which has been a spectacle, to say the least, today, with some great skills, some great touchdowns, and just all-round presence within this court at West.
Right, we can have the rest of the teams ready to play.
Kua kaua e roa, te wā e timata ai tēnei kēmu whiringa whāiti. It's not going to be long until we finish this. As you might have just seen in the background before, we're just waiting for one of the games out there on court 3, which has gone into extra time just to finish off before we find the finalists in one of the other grades. And as you can tell, there's a lot of noise, a lot of action, and a lot of excitement surrounding our courts, surrounding our games. Oh! I know we're only on court 1, but it looks like court 3 is where all the action is. Engari kaore e roa kua kia timata tēnei kēmu mutunga o te wāhanga Hanumi. Ia ki aku kōrero ko tētahi tima ko Manurewa. Ko rātou te tima whakatoa I tēnei kaupapa I te rātou. O tira manohi anō ki tētahi atu tima ko Tokoroa. I toa rātou I tēnei wāhanga I te tau 2019 ko tōku mōhio ki tōku whakapono. Hoi anō whakawhiti atu I te reo Pākehā hei whakamohio atu I tahi atu. So Manurewa High School, last year's champions, as you can see on your visuals here, just returning to the court. They're ready, they're pumped and primed to go. Tokoroa High School, a former champion in this grade, and we're looking forward to seeing what battle they put together. Of course, short turnarounds between games, have only just managed to finish their semi-finals. And koeti noa te wā, ka huri anō ki te kōti tuatahi. And they're back on court now to get underway for our mixed final. We've seen both of these teams, although not for too much, just for one game earlier on. George, what do you think are going to be the keys? We spoke about athletes, we spoke about athleticism. Do you think that's going to be one of the key factors for today's final?
Yeah, I think it's stamina and endurance when it comes to a tournament like this. It's been a heavy schedule, probably 6 games each per team, and now it's come down to the finale, and they've got to hold it out for 2 halves in this grand final between these 2 top mixed teams. It's going to be a great showdown.
Ai, te katonu, kua tai tonu te timatanga, ai, ka timata te kēmu. Ka timata Manurewa I te poro I te wātuatahi. So Manurewa High School has got us underway, of course. Now that we're in finals mode, it's going to be 2 halves. Ka timata tika Tokoroa High School, engare, auare ake. Kua haere tūhapa a number Takauma Toru. So unfortunately, number 13 from Tokoroa High School has gone offside in his attempt to score. Sharp eyes there from our referee to be able to pick that up, and we thank our kaiwawao who have been supporting this kaupapa all day. Tokoroa High School now on attack in their attacking half. A quick inflection there by Manurewa High School, and all of a sudden now they have possession. They're looking for their options. First touch, ko tahipa. Engari kei hea ona tima, kei hea ona kai tākuro o tautoko. Kei te kemi haere rātau I te piro tuatahi o tēnei kēmu. Engari kei hea te wāhi wātea. And it looks like we have an offside call kua tūhapa tetahi tangata no Tokoroa, so we had an offside player from Tokoroa, so Manurewa High School will maintain possession. Engari kua taka te kapa, kauri e i mau te pōro, so unable to hold on to position Tokoroa now, looking to strike back. George, of course, we spoke earlier about how Tokoroa's made a long trip. Do you think that fatigue could be a factor?
Yeah, it could be. It's going to play its cards in this game, but I think Tokoroa got some really good athletes, and I'm sure they've been used to playing in a tournament environment in many codes, so I expect them to go right to the wire, or Tokoroa. They've been here before. I'm presuming this is their top team, their top athletes. They're represented in the women's, boys and the girls. This is the first final, and Tokoroa in the mixed final.
Ai, ka tika te mihi kia Tokoroa, ko koutou te kura anake e whai wahi ai I tēnei wāhanga e toru. So they're the only school who have managed to field a team in all three grades, and we thank them for not only their long journey but also their commitment to the Turbo Touch kaupapa. They've been in this competition for a number of years now and always generally have the longest hiding of the longest journey to get here to West Auckland ki te whakau ki te kaupapa. Hoi anō kei a Manurewa te pōro, kei a Manurewa te mana I te wā nei. In earlier games in the mixed grades, we've seen that the flick-ons have been a really important, vital component to attacking teams. I think with the style of defence we're seeing today, that the flick-ons will be really important, just like that. Let's see what our referee has to say. It looks like there might have been a touch on the back first. Yes, and we're going to have no, we've got a handover there. Your thoughts on the flick-on, George? Oh, he's looking for another pass. Ko tahi pā, engari, kai te tūhapa ia, he was standing in an offside position. We'll go back to our kōrero first. So, offside position, before the offside position we spoke about flick-ons. George, what are your thoughts on how they can weave that into their game plan today?
Yeah, watching the first 4 minutes of this game, Manurewa very strong in their flick-ons, but they need to make sure there's accuracy with those flick-ons. So there's a lot of flick-on action happening, but not going to go in a hand or going to the opposition, which we saw an intercept early in the game, which didn't compute on the scoreboard because of a foot going offside. So it should have been 1-0, but due to the foot of somebody, it is still 0 apiece.
Kei te titiro mātou tātou anō ki tetahi rautaki a Manurewa, so we can see some of the strategy of Manurewa is that pity power, that tight man-on-man defence. And in this instance here, we can see on screen that the referee is saying that Tokoroa were just a little bit too close. They didn't give that 2-metre advantage to the attacking team. Oh, kua wātea. It looks like there was a bit of free space there, but he tārua no more Manurewa, so they get the recount. One more pass needed before Manurewa can score, but Aguareake, unfortunately they couldn't find that other player to maximise and turn into points. Tokoroa now looking lateral. And a quick touch on the back there. So great defence from Manurewa High School to stifle the attack early on in the count, early on in the field position.
It's a great battle so far. It's 0 apiece. The defence has been tight. Manurewa have been strong on defence. You can see the tired bodies at times, but you can see the grit, the determination to not let any tries in. Here we go with the dummy pass over the top. Look for the corner. Nice hands there by Tokoroa.
Ai, patua te pōro e te kai ārai no Tokoroa, so great defence there. We've got some players there that look unmarked, but I don't think Manurewa were quick enough to see. Tahi rua toru pea, kaore rānei, kaore I whai I te piro, haere tonu te karanga a te kaiwawao. Tokoroa High School looking for that flick on. Oh, kei te pai, kaore rānei. It looks like our referee has called for time just to check off with her referee on our closest left side to see what the call is. And it looks like there was an offside call first. Great work by our referees. Of course, big decisions to be made, and it's important that they can find time to consult with each other so that they can get it right.
Yeah, I like the referees doing the haere tonu, the play-on rule, when a defensive player is within the 2 metres, allowing the attacker to run through, not to stop and blow the whistle, but allow the attack to do what they do.
Oh, kei te whai haere, kaore rānei. Again, another offside penalty. Our referees are really focusing on that active zone. They want to make sure that our attackers aren't taking advantage of that space, but rather making sure that they score correctly and cleanly. Ko tahi minute e toi ana ki te wehe ngā rua. So only a minute left before our half-time. Of course, in our finals, we're going to be playing 2 8-minute halves. Kaore tērā few I te pai, it wasn't quite good enough to get to hands. Tokoroa now with the ball, with the possession. Kei kona tērā rautaki I te pere. So again, we spoke about the flick-ons as an opportunity for teams to make the most of. Now, Amiri te haukoti ko te pā kore. So after an intercept where a player doesn't pass the ball, it's 0 touch. Tokoroa unfortunate there not to be able to maximise position there. Kei a Manurewa te poro, kei a Manurewa te mana I te wā nei. Kei hea ona hoa, engari kua tū hapa anō ia. He was in an offside position by standing in the active zone. Again, our referees, sharp eyes. He karu o turu o rātou, o rāwa rānei. So, again, we spoke in previous games, George, about the 2 metre space, and it looks like both of our attacking teams are just so keen to get it underway, but the referees are having to slow it down and bring it back. Remind us about the 2 seconds and the 2 metre rules.
Yeah, they come in with the witara, the old whistle there, and stated that you got to have that 2 metre space, otherwise we're going to play through. She allowed that to play through with the opportunity. I think there's been a few warnings here. The referees are coming together, which leading into the half-time break, I think it is, Harley.
Ai, kore ki te kore, it's still nil all here. As we mentioned earlier, 8-minute halves a little bit different to how the first part of today's rolled. And I suppose with a half-time, you get the opportunity to debrief, to have a korero about a half-time chat. What do you think that some of the coaches will be talking to their teams about in this after the first half?
Yeah, I think that both teams will be happy with the defence. It's nice and tight and man on and not giving much space. They're always between the box and the defender, not allowing them to get an advantage in that setting. It's the little things that count, the transition, the tap ball to get the upper hand. Because the defence is so good, they need the little things to go right to get some space in between them and their defender.
Yeah, we've spoken in the first half about some of those little things that really make a difference when it comes to maximising on attack. The flick-ons, the intercepts, are some of the things that we'll look out for in the second half that may be the game changer, that may be the difference. Ki te rite te tatau I te mutunga iho o tēnei kemu, so if the scores are tied, ka haere tātou ki te wā tāpiri, so we'll go into extra time. Mā māua tātou e whakamohio atu ainga tikanga o te wā tāpiri. So if we go into that extra time, we'll explain to you what happens. Tokoroa still with possession of the ball, but it looks like a good touch on the back there from Manurewa. So they'll receive the ball. And whakahukia e rātou. Ki tōna wāhi pai, ki tōna wāhi pai piro. Kei te mauri tau rātou I te wā tonu nei, so they're still playing quite calm. Engari kua taka ia I te poro, so a lot of things going through their minds and a lot of voices and a lot of noise surrounding them. As a player, what do you think the best ways to sort of block out the noises, George?
Yeah, they just got to work on their precision, getting all the little things right and keeping the intensity high. They do all have a very good sub-box with reserves to keep the intensity going. It's only going to be another 7 more minutes, I think it is. And it's short, sharp sprints. Like sometimes it's 2 metres, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, 15. Get on, get off, work at a high work rate so that you can keep your team getting the upper hand on the other team.
Yeah, so one thing I'm noticing here is sometimes Tokoroa are going for the player, sometimes they're going for the ball instead, just like that. So when they're hunting the ball, they're really trying to identify those opportunities to intercept. Ki te whai, ki te pai. Ai, kua piro. Te piro tuatahi o tēnei kēmu whakamutunga o te hanumi. Ko Tokoroa, te tima tuatahi, ka piro. Ko tahi a Tokoroa. E kore tonu a Manurewa. So 1-0 the score to Tokoroa. Great start for them in the second half. Ke te haere tonu a Manurewa. Ki te papatākoro, ki te whai haere rātou I te piro tuatahi. A little bit of confusion here. I think we're going back to take tap after touch 1, it looks like. So Tokoroa, Tokoroa now with the ball in hand. What would you be suggesting in this space here, George, to Tokoroa? Play it calmly or just go hard and attack?
Yeah, it's good movement. You've got to be moving all the time, coming to the top, going to the backs. A little bit congested down the back court there, which makes it easy for the defence because they can double off a lot more. So if you can move them out, move them back. Here we go, we've got an opening. That's that transition we're talking about.
Ai, te karanga te kai wā ko te haere tonu. Nā reira, kua whai piro anō a Tokoroa I tēnei whiringa whaiiti, so they've managed to score another try against the run of play. We spoke about them going for the ball instead of going for the player. It looks like it might be a tactic that's paying off for Tokoroa. Oh, kei waho pea I te paitaha, so it might have been an out-of-court play from our referee there.
Yeah, you talked about going for the ball, the player. There's certain players that have the ability to do that. They can reach in between with their athleticism but still have their man. Just like that one, not quite.
Tahirua toru. Kua whai piro toru a Tokoroa I nai nei. Toru ki te kore. Kei te whai haere anō a Manurewa. Kaore anō rātou kia whai I ngā piro. Still yet to score points. Manurewa starting to fade under a little bit of the pressure that Tokoroa's been applying. Whamaniti e toi ana. Kaore e roa ko mutu tēnei kēmu. Engari ko e toru pea nā piro. Kia whai tonu ai rātou, so they're still looking for 3 more points in order to catch up to Tokoroa. The netball pass over top. Keep an eye on the different types of passes that are involved. Kua karo. Kei hea ona tīma. Oh, engari, kaore ia I whai piro I te rawa nā te tūhapa o te tahi moana hua, so unfortunate wasn't able to score due to an offside player. Tokoroa starting to push and press. Oh, he hau ko te anō, ko te kore pā tēnei. So we're on a 0 touch. Looking calm and composed are Tokoroa.
It seems to have clicked for Tokoroa at the moment. They're just getting everything together, the gel, the intensity. Number 4 is on fire, adding value to his team at an extreme level. Here we go, Manurewa with a quick play. But just as quick as they are, Tokoroa answer it on defense.
Yeah, it was deceptive, that defensive structure there. You thought that the player from Manurewa was free and open, then out of nowhere, in swoops Tokoroa, ki te pā to secure the touch on the attacking player. Oh, batted on and manages to secure. We've got touch 1.
Yeah, I think he touched him that time, maybe just. 13 with ball in hand, flicks it over the top, going to be soft hands. Manurewa need to do something. They need to get a collection of passes together to get this dot down, to get a little bit of rhythm to get them back in this game.
Ko tahi pā, kei he atu. Ko tahi, kaore anō. Kaore anō a Manurewa kia whai piro, still looking for some points. E rua miniti e toi ana, 2 minutes to remain. Let's see if they can make the most of this next little bit. Kei a Tokoroa te mana, engari. Ai, kua whakaai te kai wau. Taihoa. Te tikanga, what are our referees talking to now? It looks like it was a drop ball. So again, our referees coming together to get the right call.
Yeah, I think they called it as one pass and then placed the ball, which lost possession, which brought a ground in the sense there. Manurewa working well at the moment.
And we've got a call here from our referee. Manurewa maintaining the position of the ball. Engari he roa te wā. Ka timata anō ai I tēnei Kemu ko tahi pā. So first touch against Manurewa. Tokoroa doing a great job, an outstanding job with the defence. They're not complaining, they're not overplaying it. And we had an offside call against Manurewa. Tokoroa now in the twilight stages of our final in the mixed grade. Toru ki te kore. Engari kuataka. The subs come rolling in. Let's see if they can make a difference here for Manurewa. Again, those volleyball skills coming into effect there, George.
Yeah, again, number 4 stepping into action. He's been mesmerising to watch in this game. I'll have to call him player of the match if I had the chance to. But it's going to be a hard task to get 3 touchdowns back in 15 seconds. I've seen it done in 40 seconds, but yeah, 11 seconds, it's going to be a bit hard.
Ai, kua tai ki te wā mutunga, kua toa a Tokoroa High School. We congratulate our champions in the mixed final, 3-0. Tokoroa High School over last year's champions, Manurewa High School. We have new champions this year at the Turbo Touch Secondary Schools Champs 2022. We wish to congratulate them, congratulate the runners-up, and of course congratulate our referees. Turbo Touch, play it, love it.